Did you know I've been following Left 4 Dead 3 as a story for over 5 years now? And this entire time, I've been telling people, it's being developed, people have been working on it, things are happening. And then in 2017, the game was canceled, and only recently there has been evidence of the game being picked back up. That is an entire story in and of itself. And unfortunately, I made the mistake of tweeting, Left 4 Dead VR is real, causing every major gaming publication to report that Left 4 Dead VR was gonna happen after Half-Life Alyx for some reason. Never said that, but everybody now thinks it's true. So in order to be able to pull back that kind of hype, I need to set a few things straight. Number one, Left 4 Dead VR is real, is what I said. And it's totally true. At one point, Left 4 Dead 3 was tested to be a cross-compatible game between VR and non-VR players, but this was back in 2016. You see, Valve has backed themselves into a corner in modern day. They did not think Half-Life Alyx would do well, and now that it's one of the most hyped and anticipated games of all time, they have sold hundreds of thousands of people on a game system that costs $1,000 plus a computer, only to have one game to play. Here's the deal. The AAAs are totally gonna follow if this industry can continue. And the only way it will survive is if Valve can tread water as much as possible. This is getting into territory separate from what this video is supposed to be covering, but I will end the tangent with this. Left 4 Dead 3 was close. It was in development for a long time. And if Valve needs to be able to pull stuff out of their back catalog to polish up and release as soon as possible, in order to be able to keep the industry alive for the AAAs to then take over one point in 2 or 3 years, it's a great choice. To just give you an example of how much effort was put into Left 4 Dead 3 at one point, let's talk about its development. Left 4 Dead 3, from the looks of things, started development in late 2011 or early 2012. The earliest references we have to it have appeared in mid-2012 in things that seem to be dated late 2011. We have references to concept art in an Andrea Wucklin's tutorial that was posted to the short-lived Valve Pipeline YouTube channel. We've had code references leaked within every single Source 2 game that has existed, and those code references have only recently showed up again. And then, a few months ago, something interesting happened. A few people approached me with a leak. This leak is 15 model renders of zombie heads from Left 4 Dead 3. The interesting thing about this leak is that it technically has existed publicly in the past, only no one believed it to be true. There is a story here that I have not been able to fully uncover, but what I can tell you is that what you're looking at are zombie renders created by Half-Life creature designer Ted Backman back in 2012. These are at least 7 years old. Left 4 Dead 3 started development a long time ago, relatively speaking, and due to that, we are starting to see assets and materials that were developed for the game back in the day start to appear, and this is no different. These have quote-unquote leaked in the past on Facepunch back in 2016. No one believed it, and Gary Newman himself pulled them off of Facepunch. There's some more details to go alongside all of these, but what needs to be stated is that these have been tossed around the community for years. Unfortunately, the game was canceled in February of 2017, and if Valve wants to be able to keep up with the VR industry, there is a high chance that they will be pulling Left 4 Dead 3 out again, and they may already have done that. I have word that there were a few major meetings that took place almost immediately after the trailer for Half-Life Alyx dropped that essentially caused everybody internally at Valve to change everything about their future plans for virtual reality, public communication, and game development in general. These leaked model renders, unfortunately, are not representative of what the game would be at all. They're from the original version of Left 4 Dead 3 that was canceled in 2017. If the game is ever to be reborn, it would take on an incredibly different appearance. Left 4 Dead 3 is real. Left 4 Dead VR is also real. Does that mean it's coming up after Half-Life Alyx? Maybe, but I'm not the one claiming that. If you have any questions or any information about what we are talking about today, my DMs on Twitter are open. Link down in the description below, and my email is tylernewsnetwork@gmail.com. If you're a patron, you're probably watching this video early. And if you want to be able to watch these videos early, my Patreon page is down in the description below. You get to watch videos early, you get exclusive content, and you get your name in the credits. And by the way, if you're a fan of this type of reporting, but maybe you're also a fan of Nintendo, I have some Breath of the Wild and Metroid Prime 4 leaks coming out in the next few months on my other channel, Nintendo News Network. I'd really appreciate it if you could go and check it out. I'm Tyler McVicker. This is Valve News Network. Have a good day. Adios.